know, the older I get, the harder it is for me to say that I'm drinking a whiskey that's older than I am. And it's certainly getting more expensive each and every year. So today, I'm going to drink a whiskey that is actually a few years older than I am right now. We're going to try a 40-year-old whiskey. We're going to see if that extra age makes it any better or if it's just crappy whiskey that's been sitting around for a long time. Roll the intro. Hey there, folks. Welcome back to T-Rod Whiskey. I am your host, T-Rod. Thanks for coming back to check out another video. We appreciate each and every one of you. Make sure you hit that like button, drop a comment down below, smash that subscribe button, and if you're feeling kind of frisky, go ahead and hit that bell notification. So every time I drop a new video, you guys are going to know about it. So let's get down to brass tacks. I got a 40-year-old bottle of whiskey that has been sitting here, and I've been trying to find the right time to dig into it. And it just feels like that kind of day. So, gonna get our Copita, and here it is. Yes, it is Canadian. I am in Michigan. There is a plethora of old Canadian whiskey kind of floating around people's liquor cabinets. This was scored from an estate sale. This actually has a tax stamp on it. You guys might be able to see 1986. This is 80 proof. It says imported by James Barclay Importers, Detroit, Michigan. I am fairly certain that that business has long since gone under. But this is a blended Canadian whiskey made right across the Detroit River. So get this in the glass and see just how light it is or is not. Okay, there's a bit more in there than I thought. So if I don't drink all this in one go, or if it's halfway decent and I don't kill it off, maybe we put that into a sample bottle and save it for a later date. But it's Canadian whiskey. It's a blended Canadian whiskey. So to debunk a couple of myths, this is not just like neutral grain spirit or super youthy. The way that you make Canadian whiskey is you're basically taking a base whiskey and a flavoring whiskey. You're going to blend them together. It's not all single malts and everything like what the Scotch like to do, and it's not all necessarily pot distilled like the Irish like to do. Canadian whiskey is its own unique animal, and I'm not going to jump down that whole rabbit hole because then I'd be on a 45-minute diatribe about why Canadian whiskey isn't just piss water and it doesn't deserve all the hate and the flame that it's been getting. I'll let you guys do that. There's a couple really good books out there. Do some homework, check it out. But this is actually darker than what I thought it would be. It's kind of cloudy. I don't know if that's a good sign or a bad sign. One thing I will say that I appreciate about the Canadian whiskeys is they have the brown tinted glass, and that probably helps with any kind of sunlight or anything that might have gotten to it over the years. But this was a bottle that was very generously gifted to me by a member of my networking group. Her name is Shannon, so thank you, Shannon, for helping me out here. So, okay. Off the nose, I'm not excited about this. It is very viscous, just like chilling around in the glass. It is very oily. But the very first thing that I caught off of this glass is nail polish remover. And I don't know if that means that the whiskey just got skunked or went to shit over the last, 30 years. Because I imagine, the last like almost 40 years that's been in that bottle. Whew. Like it smells, there's like a permanent marker kind of note to it. And I'm not looking forward to this. I was up until about 90 seconds ago, and now this just smells just not appetizing. This is like straight up uncapped Sharpie marker. And not paint thinner. What, like, if you guys are open to fresh can of urethane, that's this. Yeah, this is like lacquery, Sharpie. like dry wood, I really don't want to drink this. But I'm going to for you guys because I care. That's what kind of host I am. So, cheers. Whew. That's not good. I think that there was. Hang on. Ugh. Okay, that was not good. I'm sorry. That should have been transferred into a smaller container a long time ago because that's just has like a chemical footprint to it that it almost it tastes the way that I think lacquer thinner would. I think this just went bad and soured a long time ago. I had high expectations for this thing, and yeah, now it's gone. Well, all right, we're gonna give it one more go. Give it one more go as my first sip of whiskey for the day. See if this helps at all. Mm-mm. Nope. 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 Okay. If I got to give that a score out of 10, I'm going to give that a 1.8. That's bad. And 1.8 might actually be generous. That's real bad. That's ooh. Ugh. If I had gotten this when it was full, and I do have another older bottle that's like a 1987 or 88 that is still sealed, tax strap intact. That one I'd be interested to see how that tastes. Maybe if this is how that tasted in like 86 when it was bottled, maybe that's why Canadian whiskey has gotten such a shit rep. But like, that's not good, like at all. Yeah, there's really no flavoring component that I could pick out, no rye spice that I have kind of identified in a lot of the Canadian whiskeys that I've been drinking lately. And don't get me wrong, guys, I love a good Canadian whiskey. I think there's a lot of really good stuff coming out of Canada, and I think it gets a lot of hate that it doesn't deserve. This unholy abomination deserves most all the hate that it gets. I might throw it in a sample bottle just so I can show other people that, think that I might be full of it. I don't know. It's just not good. I gotta tend to believe that this is very, very little flavoring whiskey and a lot of like youthy base whiskey blended together. And I think it was already young when it went in the bottle, but I think this was probably opened decades ago and likely has been sitting with a lot of oxygen in it for 20 years, since before I was able to actually legally drink. And I think that oxidation has really kind of pulled apart a lot of the flavoring elements in this. And that combined with the already just atrociously low proof of 80, which I think, just doing the bare minimum 80 proof is not good. This is it's not even tannic. It's just got like ethanol notes and Sharpie marker notes on the nose. Like the nose should have told me everything that I wanted to know. And I mean, I don't know if you guys can tell in the glass here. Like this actually beaded very well. This is incredibly viscous for something that's 80 proof. And it runs pretty okay. So I don't know where it all went wrong, but it's just not something that did well given the amount of time it spent in the bottle with that much oxygen. I mean, when I got my hands on this bottle, we're talking fill level there. So I mean, there was not a whole lot left in there to do anything wonderful with. For comparison, yeah, So that being said, not my best moment, not that bottle's best moment. I am going to touch on Canadian whiskey a little bit more, though. I feel like it's a kind of an unexplored segment, or at the very least, a little explored segment of the whiskey market, even though Canada sells quite a bit of whiskey every year. I mean, hundreds of thousands, if not millions of gallons of whiskey is exported to the United States every year. And I'm pretty sure that's just touching like Crown Royal. That's not even talking about, the Wisers or what's Wayne Gretzky's company, 99. They're doing cool stuff. They've got some unique age statements, like 5 years, but they're doing different things. And I've been trying to find more of those. It's just been a little bit harder as of late, simply because I haven't had the extra time to hop over the border over to Ontario and kind of see what's going on. The duty free is usually a good place to pick those up. Some of their lower proof things are really, really good. Their maple syrup cask finish, the ice wine cask finish, those are all really good. With Canadian whiskey, the lower proof, it's a little more nuanced, but not terrible. So that's it, guys. If you've made it this far through my ramblings, I appreciate you sticking around. Yeah, this is bad. So we'll see you next time, I hope. Cheers.